John here. Welcome back to my homestead. Well, despite me being sick, I found it hard to let a project go undone. Whether I have COVID or not, I don't know. The only thing I know is my head hurts. I don't really have a sore throat. I do have a cough on and off, but I've always had bad sinuses. So what I'm going to show you is how I'm going to plan on welding these brackets or the light guard together. Let me show you what I got. Now I bought one of these clamps from Harbor Freight last month. I can't find it. So while I was going to the urgent care to get looked at, after that, masked up, like I've been masked. I don't understand how I got something if I'm wearing a mask. I bought two more of these things. They're $4.49 a piece. Now, I got even this vise. Years ago, I got that from Harbor Freight. So this is the little clamp it is. I think you could probably put something in here, but I don't know. I never actually even tried using one of these. So I'm going to tack this thing up, and when we come back, I'll show you what we got. Okay. These brackets work, these little clamps work pretty cool. So I got it tacked here and tacked here. One thing I've learned over the short period of time, if when you're welding, it's better to do stitch welding rather than one continuous welding, because if you get it hot, it will warp and it will twist. I don't want this to twist. So I'm letting it cool in these brackets. They're still a little warm. Of course, it's 30 degrees out here in the barn. It's 13 degrees outside. So at least me doing what I did to this barn made it a whole lot warmer. A lot warmer in here. So we're going to let this cool down a little bit. Then I'm going to add the other piece in here. This will spring a little bit, but it should not be that bad. Because right now, it's not even twisted, and I'm satisfied with that. So, I'm going to let this cool down, and we'll be back, and I'm going to tack up the rest of this. I got one. Okay, I have one made up. I use the paddle wheel to smooth up the welds. Didn't turn out too bad. It did warp just a little bit. But I'm going to let it cool down and I'm going to try it on the tractor. But it looks just the way I planned it. I know it's not fancy by any means. It's not fancy at all. But it's to protect the light, and that's all that matters. So we'll come back at a later time when I get more made. I got one more, but I'm going to test fit this thing after it cools down. Temperature is holding at about 31 degrees in here. I'm going to go inside and rest a little bit. Well, there you go. I think it fits pretty good. Got enough room to mount my little light on top. All in all, I think it looks pretty good. Now I got the other one to make. Got some twine tied up. We're going to warm this thing up first. I want to show you my Frankenstein heater. I converted a box fan and a milk house heater into one. Now, you know how much these things blow out. Well, this thing, it's not hooked up to the fan in here. It's hooked up to this, which I can control, blow a lot more heat. I figure, you know, this thing didn't work with a flip, the blade that it used to have. But the control, I can have it on low. Even low blows out more than it's high. So, put it up medium. We put this thing up on high. So we got to heat this thing up, because you can't paint anything that is cold. Now, if you remember, I was doing the installation, how to shake up the foam. Well, here we are again. We're going to shake up this primer. Now, I've been keeping it in the paint inside my cabinet. Let me show you. I found more use for those little pockets. I get to keep my foam, my spray paint for projects. In the wintertime, I can keep everything warm in there. Coming up with greater ideas. Now we're going to shake this paint up. Well, maybe not. Didn't put it in all the way. Let's try this again. Bloopers right off the bat, I say. Wow, that's so good. Had it in backwards. In there for the time being. We'll need it for the spray paint. But, yeah, this is cold. I'll show you what happens when you put paint on when it's cold. It doesn't go on very well. But you know what? Time to crunch. We're going to put it on anyways. Get this thing spin around. Preferably not too much. Come on. Now what I'm using to hang this is a twine. Going through a washer through the hole for where the light is. Alright. We're going to let that dry. Looks pretty good. And we're going to put this back in here to stay warm. We'll come back when this dries. All in all, I think it looks pretty good. Well, welcome back. One, looks pretty good. You see how shiny it is. You know, that was all right, but you know, heat rises. But so one is done. I mean, it's not perfect, but hey, this thing is strong. This thing beats all the ones I've seen is that you get from the factory. So I'm going to go ahead, cut this thing down. I still got one more to paint, but I won't bore you with that. The manufacturer has sent me the lights that's going to go up on top of this. Yeah, well, they didn't send me one I ordered. But this is awesome. I can hardly wait. Give me a minute, and I'll get you set up. We're going to install this. I know the lighting's not the greatest, and I don't have a lot of room here. But let's get this thing installed. First, get the bolts through the hole. Okay, now the way I designed this is the wiring fits through this groove just like that. We're just going to get the bolt started. my 12 millimeter wrench and tighten this thing up. So there you go. So, bump, bump, bump. One thing I'm going to do is hurt myself. Yes, I know it's Unitarian, but when I sit in this thing, my head is above this ROPS. I'm above. So, when I have a light on here, I'm going to have it shine down here, and this one is going to shine down here. This way, I can see what's going on in front of the tractor. When I have the loader and the headlights on, I can't see very much. So that's why I was hoping these work lights being out here is going to give me greater light on what's going on in front. So I'm waiting to hear from the manufacturer before I even attempt to wire these lights up. So I got one more to paint, and I'll get it installed probably tomorrow. But at least wanted to show you what this thing looks like. And it will, the light, eventually when I get it, I'm going to wire it to the same little switch. Those are great when I want to see where my mower deck is, just in case I'm mowing at nighttime. So that's it for this series of the Light Guard build. I hope you enjoyed the video. The antibiotics I'm taking for my sinus infection seem to be helping. I still don't understand how they figure I have COVID, because the problem is sinus infection, all the symptoms run parallel to COVID. Whether I do or whether I don't know. So for 5 days, I'm going to be cooped up on my property. Hopefully I have enough food to get me through the whole thing. It cost me $100. $100 is a whole lot more than I ever spend in a week for food. But anyways, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe if you happen to. It really helps me out. I have a goal for the end of the year to get up to 100 subscribers. So subscribers needed. I'll see you in the next video.